All right, guys, what's going on, everybody? This is Gen716 back here again. And today, some breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Some breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Dylan Moses is returning back. He announced his return, is reported in. And man, very, very, very exciting news. Of course, Dylan Moses, the best defensive player we got on this football team. No disrespect to the guys like Raekwon Davis and the Trayvon Diggs of the world, the LeBron Rays, Patrick Surtain Jr.'s, and the Xavier McKinney's. But Dylan Moses was our best player. And losing the play caller of Pete Golding's defense, losing your overall best player, man, the spark plug of your team, losing that guy, and then having a true freshman like Shane Lee playing in his position. To see that you got a guy like him returning, that is absolutely huge. And it's not only huge for the Alabama fans, it's really really good for the team. It's really really good for Pete Golding, because I know a lot of people blame Pete Golding, and including myself. I'm not gonna say that I didn't, but you got to give Pete Golding a little bit of a break if you really think about it. I mean, you got six guys playing on your defense that are true freshmen. You got a lot of guys for the first time that are working under this Pete Golding defense. So I think that losing, and especially because this defense, normally for Saban's defenses, it revolves around the middle linebacker, right? He's in charge of the communication. He's in charge of getting everything together, making sure everything is in order. So I just felt like this year we were disorganized. But with Dylan Moses returning back, and then you have Shane Lee and Christian Harris, you got those guys, which are going to be veterans going into next year. I know those guys are going to be true sophomores, but they're going to be veterans because they played in a full entire season against some of the best SEC competition that we have here. So you're going to have that back. And then you're talking about the 2020 recruiting class with Demoy Kennedy, inside linebacker. You got a guy like Drew Sanders, who might play as an inside linebacker. Jackson Braden, who can play as an inside linebacker. We have a phenomenal recruiting class. So now, especially having a leader like Dylan Moses, who's an All-American, who was projected to be a first-round pick, having that guy pretty much having those young guys under his wing, and pretty much being a mentor to those guys, and now having Shane Lee and Christian Harris, those are two leaders that can also, uh, you know, tutor some of the young linebackers of pretty much how to get things done. I think that's going to be very very huge. We talk about this season how we're thin at linebacker. Well, next year it's going to be a primary strength, right? It's going to be a strength. And for the first time ever, for the first time, I would say maybe since 2016, I think we're going to have a lot of depth at the linebacking position. Now, it's still very young. It's going to be very, very youthful. But having a guy like Dylan Moses, I know, a guy that can step in and be your Mike linebacker. Now you can pair him up with a Christian Harris. Maybe you can pair him up with a faster linebacker like a Demoy Kennedy potentially. Maybe a Jalen Moody can step up, or maybe you can get a guy like Ali Cajo, who is one of your most athletic linebackers. Maybe you can pair him up with Dylan Moses, Ali Cajo and Dylan Moses. That could be a good matchup. But yeah, breaking news: Dylan Moses is back, the captain of the defense. He's back, and that's absolutely huge, especially because he was projected of being a first-round pick. Now, I don't think he would have been a first-round pick. I know people will have him there, but I don't think he would have, only because this is a very, very deep offensive draft class, and the linebacking position is a little bit thin. So I just don't think that this is the year that the linebacker maybe one or two would have been took in the first round. I think Dylan Moses probably would have been either a third or a second or a third round pick, but. For him to come back, that's huge. Especially especially because I know he has a child. So normally normally there was some concern that he was gonna leave. And again, you gotta get the money. Especially you gotta take care of your family. But that just tells you all you need to know about Dylan Moses. Again, he could have left. Team. He could have made his millions, but he decided to come back because he got unfinished business. And I'm really, really happy that he is back. Again, very huge because Devontae Smith, he announced his return. Dylan Moses, he announced his return. And now there's rumor that Henry Ruggs can potentially come back. There's rumor that Tua Tagovailoa could potentially come back. Just a lot of players that we expected them to leave could come back. Maybe, there's some rumor going on that Xavier McKinney just, probably wants to come back his senior season again. So, again, excellent news. Also, Tua Tagovailoa met with a lot of the underclassmen. He talked to them. So I think that could be meaning that, hey, we got unfinished business. This is not the way we want to go out. This is not the Alabama standard. Maybe we can come back and we can do it one more time and give it all out for the fans, for the culture of this football team, for the young ones out there, and we can try to get this dynasty back on track, because it's either going to be between Clemson or LSU for the championship. And we all know if Clemson wins, they're going to be screaming dynasty, dynasty, dynasty. Bama's dynasty is over. I think these guys got a lot of unfinished business left. And I think that 2020 could be the year that we can definitely go for that championship. So anyway, guys, that's all I got. Excellent news today. Dylan Moses coming back for his senior season. Excellent. And I'm really super excited. The 2020 football season can't come fast enough. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. This is Gen 716. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.